Good Tuesday morning, East Tennessee. My name is David Aldridge, Chief Meteorologist of Captain Accurate Weather, coming to you by way of the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center. On behalf of Weigels, that's fuel and food that's fast, fresh, and friendly, here's your East Tennessee weather update. Got to tell you, some delicious, I'd say delicious if you haven't checked it out, the delicious banana pudding milk. In fact, you can see it behind me here on the screen. Hopefully, you'll be able to see it over here. But I want to show you, it's interesting as these temperatures are awfully cold. Some of the viewers who might have tried the banana pudding milk, I can hopefully tell you, here it is. Oh yes, it's Go Bananas for flavor. All new banana pudding milk at Weigels. It's here for a limited time. If you love the iconic Southern dessert, a lot of us can't resist the temptation of eating that iconic Southern dessert. It's now a sippable treat. Check it out, the banana pudding milk. I love it. It's just better when it's fresh. It's better when it's with cows, fresh with Tennessee cows, I should say. Fresh with Tennessee cows, but who would argue with that? But it's just better when it's with Weigels. So check about banana pudding milk. It is now out for a limited time, and you certainly may want to try it as you pick up, maybe fill up your tank today. The all-new banana pudding milk. Happy to have Weigels as a sponsor. As I come back on camera and show you our full screen here, temperature right now 29 degrees. It is cold. We're back in the 20s for the third morning in a row. Well, I thought winter was over. Well, have you turned off the heat? I haven't turned off the heat when I'm in my car early in the morning. It is cold. Temperatures right now 29 degrees in Knoxville. We've been as low as 26 this morning. But compare and contrast that to our friends in Memphis and in Jackson, Tennessee, and West Tennessee. They're in the mid-40s, low to mid-40s from Jackson to Memphis. Those are the current readings. 38 degrees right now in Nashville. It's 32 degrees in Chattanooga. Here are the current readings. We have light and variable winds, but we have 28 Morristown, 26 in Newport, and we have 25 degrees in Sevierville. I want to say good morning to you. If you're on the call, just want to say a shout out to you. It is now the 20th of February. We've made it this far. We have 29 days this month. This is a leap year. Normally the 29th of February would be representative of the 1st of March, but that's not this case. We have the longest, well, we say the longest meteorological winter we've had in 4 years, because we have an extra day just by the calendar, by the mere fact. But anyway, if you're on the call, let me know. Michael Hawk says, good chilly morning. Let's go snow. I think Michael's excited about snow. Maybe winter's still got a lot of legs left. We talk about that on the premium side each and every day and at length. Fred says, good morning, David. He's got his Weigels coffee, 2 virtual cups. I love it. Thank you very much. And Darcy says it's 22 degrees, frosty degrees in where she is, Roane County. So very, very cold to start the morning. There's no question about that. I have 26 degrees there around Rockwood, 23 right now in Jacksboro. It's cold, and 23 degrees in Middlesboro. But you have to factor in a little bit of a wind, even just a slight little bit of wind. It all makes it feel like it's colder. We have a 5-mile-an-hour wind, so 29 in Knoxville feels like 24. Well, that's cold enough. That's winter-like. It's chilly. 26 is feels like in Newport. Feels like 27 in Wartburg. Don't have any visibility issues, but I do think you're going to find a few mid to high-level clouds to start. That may be a more characteristic of the morning, because by the afternoon, it's just nothing but sunshine. That's my expectation. Nothing but sunshine as we head into the second half of the day. But at least right now, this is a time lapse over the last 6 hours, and you can see there are some clouds over Wartburg, Kingston, and Jamestown. So again, mid to high level clouds, we'll still see the sun. I don't mean to say that we're going to block it out, but these little transient clouds, as they were, will move their way out of the picture. There's a couple of sprinkles south of Columbia that would suggest maybe a hint of rain down there, but I don't think that'll have enough legs to make it even into the plateau. Lightning strikes are mainly off the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina, so quiet there. And the river flooding concerns in Greene down to the south are beginning to show signs of waning. Still some flakes, maybe, up there toward Montreal, at least maybe some lake effect snow downwind of Lake Ontario. Still can't be ruled out. And we can still see there's some rain and powerful storm systems that have been hitting California. Big stories out there have been some concerns for flooding and some mountain snows in California. By the way, tracking the clouds, there are a few of those rain showers I just mentioned that spun right through Paducah, looks like maybe south of Paducah, north of Jackson over the last couple of hours. And that's really all the clouds that we're going to see, because the rest of the afternoon should in fact be cloud-free. So any cloud cover we see will be in the first part of the day. 7:18 is when the sun comes up. Goes down at, what time does it go down? 6:22. 6:22. I got some notes here because you know I'm a note taker. I got a few notes here. I want to mention to you, yesterday's high was 57. I was expecting 54. I was off by 3 degrees. I don't like being off that much. By the way, the normal high is 54 this time of year. I think we got a good shot at getting to 59. If we can outperform yesterday with full sunshine, no question that we have a chance to go toward 59 today. That's my view now. And of course, the normal low is 34. We've already eclipsed that down to 26. Wow. So we're about 8 degrees below normal this morning. And then we take a factor in the normal high, 54. The record high is 79 from 2018. That's not that long ago. Record low was 3 back in 2015. So if you're keeping track, as I'm keeping track, I want to keep track of some of your notes. Fred's on here. I want to say good morning to Fred. Might have to hit refresh to see if something's happening on my page here. Oh, back over here. Michael Hawk saying chilly. Good morning. He says, let's go snowy. I mentioned that already, but I can bring you up to speed that our sun will be coming up at 7:18, just about a half hour from now. Let's get your kids and you to the bus stop if necessary as the bus rolls into town, rolls into the schoolhouse, so to speak. Temperatures should be in the upper 20s through the 6 o'clock hour. 10 a.m., well, maybe considerable recess time for little ones. Not this time of year, perhaps, but it's 41 and should be around 2 p.m., about 57. My expectation is pickup 2 to 3:30. Should be around 57 degrees with a high of 59 now for Knoxville. Could make a run easily at 60 if you're in Newport, Parrottsville, Cosby. If you're in Madisonville, Tellico Plains, about 60. And temperatures about 55 degrees in Crossville. So that's my expectation for today. 56 for Wartburg and 55 in Crossville. Oh, by the way, just want to mention Weigel's. I mentioned the fuel and food. That's fast, fresh, and friendly. By the way, if you haven't picked up the all-new banana pudding milk, go bananas for flavor. I know if you're like me, when it comes dessert time and they say we have banana pudding on the banana pudding, anything, cake, pie, whatever, on the dessert tray, I'm thinking, I got to have some of that. It's just better when it's fresh, farm to store in 24. It's just better when it's with Tennessee cows. We love Weigel's for so many reasons, but they have this all-new banana pudding milk only out for a limited time. So give yourself a treat today and tell them Captain Accurate sent you. I think you'll love the banana pudding milk, one of the many great creations that they have made over the years. By the way, it's 58 in Morristown, I think is achievable today, and if you're in Bell County, Middlesboro, about 58 today. Notice how much colder it is up toward the north and east. I did some checking. The actual temperature in Caribou is -2, but the wind chill is -14. I won't bear you showing you that map, but it does feel like it's -14 right now in Caribou, even though their actual temperature is -2. Nobody thought, well, maybe some people thought, that the cold air could ever come back into town in late January, which we're going to talk about. I want to talk about what's going on. Headlines, we'll start with the bullet points. Few clouds today, check. High clouds and warmer on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. I suspect we'll be in the lower 60s. Well, that's kind of spring-like, isn't it? Low 60s, no question. And then we've got some rain showers Thursday. I think we could easily be in the mid-60s on Thursday. Well, that's really impressive. Mid-60s. You think we're on our way, marching our way right towards spring. And I'd say we are on the calendar for sure. But there's still some winter left. Future rainfall would suggest that most of the rain we get Thursday comes in the second half of the day. But it really gets heavier because this takes us through 5 p.m. on the clock here. Future rainfall as we head into Thursday night, a little more moderate. Maybe a couple of downpours in green. May pick up a ½ inch of rain potentially by 7 a.m. And then a little bit more in the Smokies and the foothills by Thursday, say Thursday night into, say Friday morning, because this takes us to 5 p.m. I've lost my time there. 5 p.m. Friday. By this point of time, there could easily be a ½ inch or more in the foothills and Smokies and about a ½ inch total in Knox County. So the rainfall isn't going to be flood-worthy, but it's going to be noteworthy simply because you'll have to pull out the umbrella. Now, I want to bring you up to speed on the future that we're going down the road. I had a subscriber comment come in on Sunday from our friend Lloyd Sands. He said, David, so far, you're the only one calling for cold air in March. Others, he says, are saying we've started spring early. I'll listen to you. Well, if you listen to me, that's okay. If you listen to NOAA, you see this big red blob of warm air, and you say, "My goodness, spring is here. Let's la-di-da. Let's get out let's celebrate Team Spring." Well, I'm not quite there yet. I don't think the models are seeing all that is to see. You kind of have to look under the hood of a car to know how well it's going to run, and I don't think this is going to play out. Now, maybe through the 5th of March, but I'm going to show you some evidence why you think this is kind of hogwash. You might say this hogwash, and you know that I am kind of the contrarian. Not always am I the contrarian, but I put this out back on the 29th of January. I said, who's hungry for more snow? I said, winter's main course starts later in February. Didn't say it ended in February. I didn't say it ended. The fact that we've had 3 consecutive mornings now in the 20s, and we had some snow. We had some snow this weekend. So no, we didn't. Yes, we did. I've got proof. Crossville, Cookeville, some areas had some snow. Winter will come back. That was my only message. I didn't want you to kind of write off the season. That's kind of like going to the beach and thinking you're only going to get low tide. You're going to the beach this weekend, it's going to be low tide for the whole week. That's hogwash, right? You're going to have high tide, you're going to have low tide. You're going to have both. You're going to have back and forth. And this winter weather, which includes some Arctic blasts of air, I'll prove to you. Last Saturday, it was just 3 days ago. This was from Jeanette Kinley. This was in Crossville. She had about a ½ inch to an inch of snow. No, I didn't have that. No, you didn't have that, but Jeanette had that. And that was in Crossville. That was Cumberland County. And Mount LeConte had over 2 inches of snow. That was also last Saturday, just last three days. So my point was, it doesn't have to necessarily be the Martin Luther King Day storm. It starts as a trickle and may build to a crescendo. What am I talking about? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Remember I said trace to an inch? This did not affect Knox County, nor did I expect it to reach Knox County. I had trace to an inch in spots in places like Cumberland County up to southeast Kentucky, and it was a more rain event here. But I want to show you, tell me how that big red blob of warm air is going to be characteristic through the 4th of March. So if you look at this is the air aloft, 5,000 feet. Let's take you into February 23rd. That's this upcoming weekend. Looks pretty cold aloft. That's why we're getting some snow. You mean you have some snow on Saturday? I sure do. Look how cold it is in Montreal, Buffalo, and Knoxville. But that big purple blob of cold air, that stays away on the 26th. But then it wants to come racing back at the end of the month. You need proof? Boom, right there. Possible more snow. I don't see the purple here. It's in Chicago. Well, how about the 20th? Oh, wait a minute. There's March 1st. Now, from red, which is warm, to purple, which is single-digit wind chills, you tell me why winter is over. It's not over, folks. It's going to come and go like the tide. And I tell this to my premium members, who now I think most of them, they understand, because I appreciate them more than they know. But I'll tell you, this cold air is not done. This is March 1st. And he said, that's pretty cold. That's March 2nd. That's frigid. That's almost as cold as it was in mid-January, early January. That's cold air. It's not over, folks. You might think it's over, but it's going to come back and rear its ugly head. And then it'll swing back around just in time for Knox County spring break, which why my premium members know how to dress. I've been advising them that they're not going to want flip-flops and shorts for spring break in Knox County. It's just going to be cold again. That's my view. Now, you could think I'm off my nut, but that's okay. If snow were over, if winter was over, which keeps coming back online, tell me, why are these blue paint bombs still showing up around East Tennessee? That's snow. If it were over, why is it even within spitting distance if it's so warm? This takes through March 3rd. And again, until the models find their own way, they'll find out, hey, you know what? There's still some snow. There's still some winter, folks, left, and I don't think it's over. So we'll have to wait and see. Right now, it's 29 degrees at the airport. Feels like 24. It is now 6:54 in the morning, and my goal is to be done at the top of the hour. High temperature today with a normal high 54. I think we have a shot of getting to near 60. We'll call it 59 in the shade. Sunshine through some scattered clouds. If you're on the call, let me know. I'd love to hear what you think. By the way, Felicia Crafty Adventures, she says Happy Tuesday on Facebook. Love that. And as I take a look here, let me see if I can refresh my Facebook page. One of the nice things about having the interaction is that you guys can tell me what you think. If you think that what I'm saying is correct and then get mad at me, I hope you're just as mad at the groundhog if it's still cold around the start of spring. Because if it's still cold around the start of spring, you'll be wanting a refund from Groundhog. I think that he may be hard to get an interview from. I just think. Melissa Sills says, just a heads up, everyone traveling west this morning over term Umai, 640 west on Broadway. Traffic is backed up. Definitely check Pete Michaels on my app. You can get his update on that. Melissa, thank you for that update. Rick Diamond says, good morning. And Ed says, good morning. Spring is the thing. Winter is in the rear window. Not so fast, Ed. Not so fast. Certainly, maybe there will be moments, but you might be surprised. Like that flower, I guess the flowers have been blooming in my front yard that are seemingly confused, not knowing what season it is. We have a third morning in a row this morning in the 20s. By the way, 80% chance we get some rain on Thursday night, down to 30% on Friday morning. Most of that rain will be headed toward the Foothill Smokies by Friday afternoon. And then I've got another round of drops and flakes on Saturday. Most of the flakes will be in the Smokies. Most, but not all, as you may see here in a little bit. Storm Prediction Center highlighting some areas of concern for severe weather. Maybe not today. The lightest shade of green in the Vegas area, Southern California, would be general thunderstorms, but that will grow as it heads eastward. That's just for today's outlook. Our friends at the Storm Prediction Center has labeled marginal level 1 in dark green for tomorrow. That would include Springfield and Joplin, and say maybe Rogers, Arkansas. Slide about further to the east. You can see that we are not included, but there is the risk for some thunder for us on Thursday. So the afternoon rain showers may include some rumbles of thunder. Anyone in the light green from Indianapolis, Knoxville, and Birmingham, Memphis have a chance for some thunder on Thursday night. So that's the way things are shaping up. As we head into 6:56, highlighting that we've got some dry conditions today. We have some dry conditions tomorrow. That's 11 o'clock tonight. That's 7 a.m. tomorrow. High pressure will be our fair weather friend, although high clouds will still be present on Wednesday with highs around 62 degrees. That's my expectation. And winds will pick up 5 to 15 tomorrow. But then in the afternoon on Thursday, the rain starts to develop, and you can see it's forming with the front back towards St. Louis. Slides in like so. There's 12:15. That's midday. Most of the rain is up toward Charleston, Huntington, Louisville, and back toward Memphis. But eventually, it has a feeling of getting in here. I got a 40% chance by day on Thursday, but it goes to 80% sliding in Thursday night. You can see why. Some of those areas in red might suggest a thunderstorm, and it will be all driven by that cold front sliding across Bowling Green. So that's how that would look at 9:30 on a Thursday night. A little sloppy with some rain. Even once the rain moves away, some of that rain will linger perhaps early in the morning on Friday. So the futurecast looks like this. Temperatures by midday should be reaching about 52. That's pretty sweet. And then all those few wispy mid to high level clouds should be on their way out. By 3:30, we'll be backed up to about 59 to 59 at 4. That's my expectation now for Knoxville. Heading into tonight, we're going to be cool, if not chilly. There'll still be some patches of frost, down to about 32. But I don't think most of us will be in the 20s. There could be some exceptions. I'm looking at Middlesboro tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. There could be some 20s up in southeast Kentucky, but I think lower 30s will be the general rule in the Knoxville Valley area. By midday tomorrow, up to about 55, should finish the day about 62. That's my expectation. On Wednesday, winds pick up 5 to 15. So that's where we're headed, and some rain coming in Thursday afternoon with maybe a rumble of thunder Thursday night. Sunshine through scattered clouds for today. It is now 6:58. Just wrapping things up. Very happy that you're here. We're talking about winds that will pick up 5 to 10, but light and variable to start. If you're traveling today, you will find 60s very, very commonly from Paducah, Memphis, Jackson. Mid-60s there. If you're headed south to Atlanta, they should be around 60. And about 57 for Charlotte, about 60 for Columbia, South Carolina. 58 Middlesboro, 58 from Morristown, 56 in Wartburg for high temperature. Scott County, Oneida, about 57. Tonight we're down to 32 with starry skies. Some patches of frost may form late. That's my expectation. And then you look at our lows tonight, they should be around 28 for Jonesville, and maybe a 29 there for Athens, but most of us around 32 for Clinton, Seymour, Oak Ridge, Oliver Springs, Fountain City, about 32 degrees. 30 for Morristown, White Pine, and Talbot, about 32 for Wartburg, and 33 for Crossville in the heart of Cumberland County. So those are my lows tonight. Let's take a look at the Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. 62 on Wednesday, 65, very bullish. But I got a high, an early high in the low to mid 50s and tumbling with rain and wet snow showers on Saturday, drying out nicely on Sunday, and then we get closer toward the, we'll say closer to the end of the month, and I think it's going to turn cold again. As I've illustrated right through March, you may be surprised at how cold the month of March is. Let me just lay it out there. You may be surprised, and then you'll say, winter is not over. Oh, okay. At some point, somebody's going to say, you know what? I guess it wasn't over. It's not over till it's over. Mother Nature determines that, not me. I'm just simply the messenger. If you're on the call, just want to say good morning to you. There's the forecast. I want to say if you have any questions, by the way, make sure you pick up the all-new banana pudding milk. It's delicious. It's great. It's a little treat for yourself if you happen to stop by Weigel's today. And Rick Diamond's on here. I got Melissa and Ed, maybe another comment still coming in. Fred says, our groundhog came out yesterday and he saw a shadow. There you go. I think he's right. I think he's definitely right on the idea of a shadow that might the seed 6 more weeks. That's pretty long anyway. Anyway, by the way, if you haven't picked up a bottle of the special, I call it the special banana pudding milk, go bananas for flavor. Check it out. It's just better when it's fresh. Farm to store in 24 is just better when it's with Tennessee cows. All new banana pudding milk, only in stores for a limited time. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.